Hey guys. Let me find the video and we'll get started. There we go. All right, I'm Jamie Shahan, owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths, where I make beautifully handcrafted wreaths that are both elegant and whimsical for the holidays and for all the seasons. So what we're going to be doing tonight is making a gnome Christmas wreath. So I'm going to show you the sign that I got. I got this on Etsy. Ooh, that light is bright. I'm Jamie Shahan. Let me turn this volume down. Sorry. There we go. So there's the sign. Let's see if I can angle it where you can get a look at it. It says hanging with my gnomies. So cute. I got that from Etsy. I don't remember what shop I got it in, but that's where I got it. The mesh that we're going to be using tonight is the 10-inch burlap, or excuse me, black and white buffalo check. And then I've got this red, black, and white plaid. And then these are the ribbons. They're so cute. I've gone ahead and pre-cut some of these ribbons, but some of them I haven't pre-cut the red one so that I could show you how to do that in case there's anybody out there. But I've got this gnome. Ooh, that light. Let me see if I can lower that light a little bit. Just for a minute while we do this. So I've got this gnome ribbon. I've got this beautiful ribbon here. These are 1.5 inch. I've got this Christmas tree ribbon. And then I've got this red. Okay. So, what we're going to be putting this on tonight is an evergreen wreath base. So let me get this light turned back up. And we'll get started. So this is just a basic evergreen wreath base. You get this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, anywhere really. And I got this at the end of the year last year when everything was on sale. And so I got it for half off. So you can do that and get some really good deals and then get some really nice wreaths in the process. So let me pan this camera down and then we'll get started. Y'all bear with me. That might be okay there. All right. Let's see how that is. Not too great. This is the hardest part, I think, of the whole video process. There we go. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this evergreen wreath. It comes all flat, and so what you have to do basically is fluff it up. So go through each one of these and pull all of these little things up. So each one of these are the ties. This is where you will be tying in your mesh and your ribbon right here. So you guys, if you would, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from. Hi, Jennifer. I'm so glad you could join. Jennifer is a fellow nurse friend of mine that I have worked with for years. Haven't worked with her in a couple years because I moved on to another location. She's an awesome human being in general, as well as an awesome nurse. So we're just taking these and fluffing it up. This is called fluffing the wreath base. That's all this is. So just pull all of these up on both. You got a lower ring here too that you'll need to pull up. I'll try to be quick with this. I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't necessarily want, in case there was somebody out here who didn't know that you should do this beforehand, I wanted to make sure that they knew. So fluff all this up. So I don't know if y'all are aware of it, but gnomes are going to be really popular this season. They were all over the place at market in Dallas this past, well, the last time they had market, whenever that was. I didn't get to go. Don't get me wrong, I didn't see it with my own eyes, but Business Coach gave us tips on what was going to be popular this year according to what the companies were producing, and gnomes was one of them. So I'm making some gnomes, putting them on my wreath. Alright, so on a traditional wreath, I usually do deco mesh. Deco mesh is what I'm comfortable with, so that's what I'm doing here. On a traditional deco mesh wreath base, you've got 18 ties. There are 10 on the bottom and there are 8 on the top. And so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to randomly select 10 places on the bottom and 8 places on the top and space them out as evenly as I can. And that's where I'm going to place everything. So that's it. Let's get started. This is all fluffed. So we're going to take the 10-inch mesh that I've already cut, and I'm going to do what's called a woodland ruffle. Where's my mesh? There it is. So the woodland ruffle is this. So you take your mesh and you open it up to where the curled side is up, and I've got a little bit of arthritis in my hand, so I use just a regular clothespin. So you start curling it up on one end, clip it, flip it around, and start curling it up on the other. The point of the curl is to get the edges inside the curl so that they don't fray. That's the whole point. So I rolled it up a little bit, and now I'm just going to squish this all together. Now I'm going to randomly pick a place. I'm using these ties as my ties to hold this in. So pick 2, twist it a couple of times, just like that. So now I'll go on to the next color. Hi, Annette. So roll that a couple of times, clip it, flip it around, roll it a couple of times, and then smush it together. So I'm going to alternate these and go completely around the bottom. And then when we're finished with this, we will come back, and in these very same places, we will put the ribbon. The ribbon I have pre-cut, except for the one, like I told you. They are 12 inches in length. There are 2 2.5-inch ribbons, and there are 2 1.5-inch ribbons. Each of these, each of this 10-inch mesh is cut to 14 inches in length. Hey everybody, y'all tell me where you're from. I know this goes all over the world, and I think that's incredible. So I'd like to hear where y'all from. Do you make wreaths? Are you purchasers of wreaths? Do you have an Etsy shop? What? Do you like gnomes? Hey Jennifer, so my friend Jennifer who's on here, she is the reason why I have my name the way I do. So we were in the operating room one day, and so the name of my shop is Teal Lollipops. And the lollipops comes from the name that my grandchildren call me and my husband. And I was working with Jennifer one day in the operating room, and we started talking about, you know, told her I was going to have grandbabies. And I started talking about what I wanted to be called, and I really didn't know at the time what I wanted to be called. And she told me a story about how she had this little old couple. They were patients of hers and her doctor that she works for, and their names were Lolly and Pops. And I said, that's it. That's the name I'm going with. My name is now forever going to be Lolly. And I thought, you know, that might be kind of difficult to get used to, but nope, when your grandbabies start calling you Lolly, it's over with. You are Lolly, or Gigi, or whatever it is that you decide to be called. So my friend Jennifer, who is on with us tonight, she's the one who helped me figure out what I will forever be known as and what my business name is. So thank you, Jennifer. Hi, Joanne. Aw, you're so sweet. Michelle Kinzel, you're a new wreath maker in San Diego, California. Awesome. So nice to have you. Have you sold any yet? Are you just starting to learn? Where are you in the process, Michelle? Patty Thompson, I am a wreath maker in Houston, Texas. Welcome, Patty. How long have you been making wreaths? You guys, thank you for joining me. I know we've got the debate tonight, and you know, some people are wanting to watch that and some not so much. I kind of want to watch it. So I'm going to try to make this quick, but I definitely want to show y'all how this is going to turn out. Michelle Kinsel says, here and there, I'm a college professor. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 2 more to put on this side. Well, welcome, Michelle. And I will be doing online wreath classes here in October and November. Awesome. So y'all, Michelle's going to be doing online classes here. So y'all join her. Hey, Michelle, put your link here on this feed, and I will, if you've got it all mapped out, I'll post it on my page for you. And that way, if anybody's interested, they can join you. Patty says, I've been making wreaths for about 8 years, selling mainly to friends for the first 5 years. So have you got yourself an Etsy shop now, Patty? I'm assuming that's your next step, or some place to sell online. So I'm relatively new. When I started having grandbabies, I have told this story so many times, so y'all forgive me if you're hearing it again for the 100th time. But when I started having grandbabies, I knew that I wanted to have like this Christmas wonderland, Thanksgiving wonderland, Easter wonderland. I wanted to have just this, you know, really pretty home for my grandbabies to come and hang out with me. Let me turn this light up just a little bit. So I have always been kind of crafty. So I started looking on Pinterest. I've had a Pinterest account for years. I've got all kinds of folders, and I've tried lots of stuff. So I started looking on Pinterest for how to make wreaths, how to create, you know, a different kind of environment that grandbabies or that children would enjoy for the holidays. So one thing led to another. I made a few wreaths, and I thought, I can do this. This is pretty nice. So I've lost my mesh. Here it is. So I thought, I can do this. So I thought, well, I will make a couple wreaths. I'll open up me an Etsy shop, and I'll start selling. And I'll make me some money. I'll turn around and buy some more supplies. I'll make some more pretties, and I'll sell those, and the rest will be history. Only that's not the way it happened. I discovered pretty quickly that, shoot. I discovered pretty quickly that you can make some pretty things, and unless you know how to market yourself, you might not go anywhere with it. So I realized that I needed a business coach. So I found a design coach. So I started following this person and found my style, and then I found a business coach. My design coach is what I found first, and she's strictly design. I couldn't get very many tips for my shop, for my Etsy shop, so then I set out to find me a business coach. And it took me 7 months to get my first sale on Etsy, and I wasn't selling to friends yet. So I mean, I was wondering, did I get into the wrong thing here? But I realized it takes time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So this is called the Woodland Ruffle. I'm just starting at one end, folding it under, turning it over, going to the next end, starting to roll it under, and then squish it in the center to create a bow. And now I'm on the top row, and I'm going to put 8 ties up here on this top row. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm not, evenly spacing them out. I'm just eyeballing it. If I mess it up, then I'll go back and fix it. So let's see. I'm going to put some information in here, you guys. If there's anybody out there who knows of somebody who would like to buy a wreath from me, or if you guys like what you see here, then I've just listed my Etsy shop on that page. You guys send them my way. I would appreciate it. So my sales are really starting to pick up. This is the time of the year that they do. And my goal is to have 200 items in my shop, and I do not have anywhere near 200 items in my shop. And now sales are picking up, so my product is becoming depleted rather quickly. So I am actually, I'm not quite sure when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do a marathon of Facebook Lives, and in 2 days I'm going to see how many wreaths I can make. I'm going to batch make a bunch of wreaths. Do y'all know what batch making means? Batch making is a really easy way to get a bunch done in a shorter amount of time. So I'm going to challenge myself, and I may do this tomorrow. If I don't do this tomorrow, I'm going to do it the next week. Ooh, that one's wanting to curl up. All right, 2 more. And then we'll move on to ribbon. Can I take you up on a spring wreath offer? I'm just hosting friends this time to practice, not ready to charge yet. Yeah, girl, take me up on it. Are you going to do, Michelle, are you going to do a Facebook Live? What are you going to, or is this a private session among friends? Is it going to be online? Is it going to be in person? What's it going to be? But yeah, you can take me up on it in the spring. This is the last mesh tie. All right, so there is my wreath base. Now we're going to come in, and on these very same places that I have tied in this mesh, we're going to tie in these ribbons. But first, I'm going to show you guys, if there's somebody out there who does not know how to cut ribbon, I'm going to show you how to do that. So there are devices out there that you can buy that you can quickly wrap 9 pieces of ribbon and cut it all really quickly. I don't have that, and I've been doing it this way for over a year and it's been doing just fine. So what I do is I measure out 12 inches, give it a little crimp right there, and then I just start folding it end on end. Now there are products out there that are little pieces of wood and that you just wrap your ribbon around it over and over, but I don't have it, so here we go. So that's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's correct. Y'all, this particular ribbon came from Sam's. It is a really good quality ribbon. I had never purchased ribbon from Sam's before. And some of the ribbon that I got, I am totally in love with. And some of it is pretty thin, but that's okay. I'll still use it. It was a great buy. It's $6 for a 50-yard roll. You can't beat it. So I just put my scissors underneath the fold, and then I just cut them all at the same time. So Michelle, you're doing face-to-face pumpkin making sessions at your house, small gatherings. Then the wreath is the red trucker gnome theme with 10 of my Facebook friends, and we are doing private Zoom room. Nice. I'm not charging. They're going to critique my teaching style and help me organize. Awesome. What kind of pumpkin making stuff are you doing? That's interesting. That's intriguing. Good luck to you, though. I think that's awesome. Philip Eller, first time watching. I have never seen the red, black, white mesh. Where can you find that? I got that, Philip, at Hobby Lobby, and it is in their Christmas section. So I've said this a million times. I do not like Hobby Lobby everyday mesh, but I have discovered that their seasonal mesh is wonderful. This black and white mesh, I got that from Hobby Lobby, and I am so in love with that. I wish I had purchased 100 rolls, and I would have it for years to come, but I didn't, and that's okay. Maybe I can find something similar to the online to that on the online stores. Michelle, I don't know what that is, but that sounds interesting. Can I join? How y'all like that? Let me invite myself. Oh, shoot. So I'm just dovetailing these ends. I forgot that I was even teaching y'all. I started laughing at myself. So what you do for dovetailing, in case there's anybody out there who doesn't know, you fold it lengthwise, and you start at the folded center part, and then you cut at an angle toward the wired edge part. And there you have it. Some ribbon is so thin that it's best that you not dovetail it. The, I don't even know what they are. The silk, the satin ribbons, whatever those are. And if they're really, really thin, they don't do really well with a dovetail. These little ends here will start curling up on themselves. This is, I believe, a linen ribbon, and it holds its shape really, really well. This ribbon here is a woven ribbon. And I think what I'm going to have to do to prevent these dovetail edges from raveling is I'm going to have to put some fray away on that. If you don't know what that is, you can get that at Hobby Lobby, and you just soak your edges. You just take, it's a glue, it's a fabric glue, and you put it on your edges, and basically it just keeps it from coming unraveled, from fraying. But this ribbon is so beautiful. I am in love with it. So here's the ribbon. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pair it yet. So I think that's going to be too similar. So I'm going to have to pair it like this. Yeah. So let's just get this organized real quick so I can go faster. Should have done this sooner, but I didn't. Sorry, y'all. I'll just do this one. I won't even bother with the other one, I guess. Time is of the essence. We have something to do tonight. Okay, so looks like I have one more. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Oh, yeah, that wire just came out. I hate when it does that. So I'm going to see if I can push that thin wire back in. When you're cutting your ribbon, if you don't get that little hook at the end of your wire, if you don't cut that, it gets caught on stuff. Yep, and it came out through this other end. So I'm just going to take that out altogether. All right, let's get started. I'll just do that piece at a time. So you can start anywhere. It doesn't matter. And then you're just going to alternate. Awesome, Michelle. Girl, I'm going to join you. Okay, so you lay your 1.5 inch ribbon on top of your 2.5 inch ribbon. Eyeball it. Find the center point. It's somewhere right here. Just take your fingers and squish it together. Some people do it in their hand and just eyeball it and squish it like this. Some people will fold it in half, crimp it, open it back up, and where they see the crimp, they'll squish it in their hand. I put everything down on the mat, eyeball it, and then just walk it in with my fingernails and fingers. Then I fold it in half to create like a V. And then I also cup these wings or these ends so that they look like bird wings. Just like that. So I'll start right here. And they go right in where I've put the mesh. So now we're just going to alternate and go around. And then if you fold it and notice that it is not even, then you just walk your fingers one way or the other to make it even. Just like that. So the mesh, both of the mesh came from Hobby Lobby. The red ribbon came from Sam's. Both of these two ribbons I bought off of Etsy. I just did an Etsy search for gnome ribbon. And I don't remember the shop, or I'd tell you, but I don't remember. Okay, Michelle. I don't know about a student, but I'll sit in the front row. Hey, wait a minute. We're all front row, right? Took me a second to figure that one out. Funny. I'm really, really loving this red ribbon from Sam's. I don't know if Sam's has any ribbon left, but I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to have to see if they've got some more. And this red ribbon for $6.97 for a 50-yard roll. The red can be used for summer ladybugs. It can be used for Valentine's Day. Just almost any time of year. It can be used in fall. I just did a fall red truck fall wreath that had red sunflowers and poppies in it. It would look beautiful with that red ribbon. So anytime you get basics like reds or blacks or beiges, if you can get a good deal on a good quality ribbon, get as much as you can afford. I'm not really, for beginners, I don't really condone stocking up on a bunch of stuff. I did that and ended up with a bunch of ribbon and really no idea what I was going to use it for. And, you know, used all my funds for that, and then I had no funds to buy the rest of the stuff to complete the wreath. So there I am sitting with a bunch of ribbon and a few products that I've purchased willy-nilly, and nothing really goes together, but I liked it, so I bought it. So don't do that. I would suggest, if you're just starting out, that you find an inspiration piece, purchase everything you need for that one ribbon, that one wreath, and try to find your best source for purchasing at the best rate. If you're going to be purchasing mesh, sorry if y'all hear my dog barking. Hobby Lobby has some decent mesh for the seasonal mesh, not the everyday mesh, but it's going to be expensive. You can find places online to get your mesh for, you can buy 21-inch mesh for, you know, $3.95 a roll at Craft Outlet. Now, it's not always the in-season foil mesh with the sparkly stuff, but everyday mesh like this, you can probably get for $3. That's not what I want. I want this one. I'm talking, I'm getting sidetracked. So, if you're just starting out, find your inspiration piece, find your places to purchase your product at the cheapest place you can, and buy for one product, one wreath at a time. If you want to try to save on shipping and you can afford to buy for 2 to 4 wreaths at a time, then do that. I go to Craft Outlet, and now I will buy for 3 or 4 at a time. Once you get to a certain amount, then your shipping is free. But usually you can get really good buys on mesh. The wreath bases are going to be, you know, $6 if you get the one that already has the ties on it. The year when you see evergreens at Hobby Lobby that are 50% off, and if you can afford it, you need to go ahead and get as many as you can. You can use evergreen. But get whatever you can afford. You guys let me know if I'm losing you. On my laptop, it's spinning, but on my phone, it looks like it's still going. So I'll just keep going. So is it still working, you guys? Can't tell. Let me refresh my screen. Uh-oh. No internet, it says. Great. We'll try it again. I can't see my phone unless I stick my face up under there. That'll be kind of cute, won't it? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Let's see, I've got one there. I need to skip one. Come back. I'm getting sidetracked because I'm worried about the internet. Anyway, I don't even know if I've completed my thought there about getting stuff at the best deal you can. Oh yeah, my train of thought was on purchasing for one wreath at a time, a couple of wreaths at a time. I put a really big order in one time, and then I just sat on it because I didn't have enough money to go out and buy the rest of it. All right, y'all. We're going to go out of this and we're going to come back and see. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, y'all, I'm going to turn this up so I can read your comments for just a second. Are you still there? All right, y'all. Sorry. I'm just going to keep going. I won't be able to read your comments. I'm hoping that it's still trying to watch the debate tonight. Maybe that's playing a part of it. It says we're still live, but there's not very many people on anymore. Okay, that's all right. So there's the wreath. And I'm going to go ahead and prep this sign. Cut the little string off of it. So this sign will go somewhere about right there. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and make our bow. Let's see if we can get that done. So I like long tail bows. Y'all, welcome back. I don't know what's going on. Craziness. Sorry about all the internet problems. I am not very tech savvy, so. All right, so we're gonna make a bow. I love this red, so we're gonna put it, but I'm gonna put it toward the back. Usually, what I like the best, put it in the back. So I'm gonna do probably 14-inch tail. So I'm measuring from the 24 to the 10. This is a bow dabra. So this looks like it is double-sided ribbon, but it is really not. It is single-sided ribbon. You can sort of see the wire underneath there. And I'm going to do 5-inch loops. So that's 5 inches right there. So as I get to the center, I'm crimping it together, and I'm going to twist this ribbon so that the inside of the loop, which is not the best side, I don't want it showing, is facing upward, and that way when I come back around and loop it, it will be on the inside and the good part will be on the outside. So I'm going to twist it again. I may do 5 loops on this, I don't know. We'll see. So twist it. This ribbon is just the perfect red. It's more of a blue red, which is, you know, for Christmas and for, I'm going to go ahead and do 5 loops. Perfect for Christmas and Valentine's Day. And I'll show y'all a little trick. Hey, my Facebook is trying to come back up now. I'll show y'all a little trick that I do. All right, let's get this Facebook page up. I'll show y'all a little trick I do to even this out. So next we're going to do the Christmas tree. It's going to also be 14-inch loops. Twist it when you go in there. I'm going to do 5-inch loops for this one too, maybe just a tad bit shorter than 5 inches. Not much though. Twist to get the inside up. All kinds of interruptions on this internet tonight. Probably wasn't a good night for me to choose this. Twist to get the inside up. I'm going to do 4 loops on this side. So for some people, it really bothers them that the Christmas trees are upside down. For me, not so much. I don't mind it. If it bothers you, then what you would do is you would cut another strip and you would put it in there right side, and you would leave about 1 inch or 2 on the other side of where the gather is going to be so that it is secure. Hi, Joanne. You love the trees? Oh, me too. Okay, so since I want the gnome to be the predominantly, you know, the ribbon that stands out, I'm going to do that last. So I'm going to do this black and red check next. Wow, there's still 12 people here. That's awesome. So it is, let's see. It is not double-sided, but it is so close that it really wouldn't matter. But I'm so used to twisting, I'm going to go ahead and twist. These are going to be a little bit smaller. Twist. Let's see. So this comes up just above the top of this bodabra. Since I can't really see my measurements underneath the bow loops underneath it, I'm going to come up a little bit taller. I'm just going to measure it like that. So now bring this up, and those are pretty even. But I will show you how to fix that here in a minute if they're not even. And they're not perfectly even, but they're close. Twist. And one more. And then I'm just going to measure these with the loop below. All right, now, so I think on this one, I do want these gnomes to be upright. I don't know why I want those to be upright and I didn't care about the trees, but I kind of do. So here we go. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut that off now. So I'm going to put a piece over here. So I'm going to measure to about right here. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail it. When you dovetail it, ouch, and then it is in the center part, sometimes it will get lost or just look like a decorative piece, like it was supposed to be there. And this is going to be just a little bit shorter again than the one below it. And I'm also going to do 4 loops because I like the gnome so well. So this comes up just a little bit above the bodabra. So that would be a little bit above the bodabra too. I'm just measuring, eyeballing. Uh-oh. Doesn't have to be perfect. We can fix that. Make a match here in just a bit. You can fix any loop by tugging the loop below it or the tail and making them even. And that's how we're going to do it here in a minute. Oh, I don't need that. So now I don't need this tail here, so I'm going to cut it off about here and I'm going to dovetail it. And I'm not going to worry about it showing. It's just going to show. Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to zip tie this together. I'm going to use a black zip tie. I'm going to, oh, this thing is moving. I'm going to lift this up off of the bodabra a little bit. And I'm going to slide this zip tie in there. Now I'm going to pull it all up to the top. Hopefully it won't come out. So now I'm going to slide this zip tie in there. Oy. I've got some little bitty zip ties and they're kind of difficult for me to handle. I have just lost it all before when I lost the zip tie. It just went flying everywhere, starting over. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to hold these firm in my hand and I'm going to pull these tails down and get them out of my way. Now I'm going to hold this other side firmly in my fingers and pull this down and get them out of my way. So now I'm going to tighten this zip tie just a little bit more. And I'm going to hold this really firmly in my hands and push the zip tie to the back. And it's starting to get, uh-oh, I hear my dogs coming. So before I completely tie this down, I'm going to put a tie in here. I'm going to put a chenille stem in here before I tighten this down all the way. So I'm just going to push it down, make a gap, put my tie in there. Now I'm going to pull this chenille, zip tie up here, and I'm going to start tightening it down. Now it doesn't matter that these two ties are both coming off this side, because when it's all said and done, it's going to look like it's on two different sides. I'm going to tighten that as tight as I can get it. So I usually, before I tighten that down, I totally forgot, I usually stick my fingers in these loops and I pull out any excess or any loop that is longer than the other. When you start to pull on it, it evens out. So let's see if we can do this now, or if I've got it too tight. My dog Jack has just joined us. So you put your fingers in here. Hi, Jack. And you pull. And it evens out. No, Jack, leave that alone. Pull and even it out. Y'all, I've got a rescue dog. He's not really a rescue dog. He was my father-in-law's dog. Before my father-in-law, when my father-in-law passed away, we inherited him. And how my father-in-law had him, I have no idea, because this dog is totally 100% female-oriented. He is so afraid of men, and only, you know, he has to be around females. That's it. So he's my dog. He's not my husband's dog. He's my dog. Okay, so now we're going to fluff this bow. This red ribbon has 5 loops. So we're going to try to get them oriented. Now you can pull on these, twist them. I usually pull and twist them pretty good. There is this thing called a fluff box. You can put it on a fluff box, which is just a big old piece of wood with a loop in it, and it's heavy. And you put your chenille stem through the loop, and it just holds it in place. I used to do that, but now I just do it like this. But a fluff box works great. Okay. So you still have these little pieces here, but they don't bother me too much. All right, and there's our bow. That red ribbon from Sam's is to die for. There it is. All right, let's get the wreath. Y'all, I forgot my staple gun to put my stuff on my sign. Normally what I do is I take a chenille stem and I will put it in 4 corners and I will staple it and hot glue it. But since I forgot it, we're just going to pretend like I'm doing it. And I have a style. My style is either in the very center, like this, up high, with the long tail bow down below. That's one of my styles. My second style is at an angle up on either side, and then the bow, long tail bow over here. Something like that. And then I do have some stuff that I have gotten to put on it. I've got this little gnome that I will put somewhere on there. Maybe like right there. And then I've got some other things, some velvet balls that I can cut up and put in here. I doubt that I would put them in there just like that, unless I could get them to lay just right around this sign. But I do like these velvet balls. I think they're adorable. Got them from Hobby Lobby. They were $4.99 for a pick, but they were 40% off. So, can't beat that. So there's 3 of those. Susan, you've got a dog like my Jack. Yeah, Jack is my shadow too. My husband says that as well. So I'll probably... So if I use those, it'll probably be something similar to that. I also have these, which I really like, but I just don't know yet what I'm going to use. I got these last year to go on a red truck wreath, a Christmas red truck wreath, and they're really nice. It's good quality. Got these at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll have to cut them all apart and see. They don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. But I'll have to play with it and see. All right, y'all. You call your dog Velcro? Joanne, I guess it sticks to you like glue, huh? Or like Velcro. That's awesome. All right, you guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to come back later and put all of these in place and hot glue them in place. Do you like the bow on the side, or do you like it at the bottom? Either way, it looks great to me. But I've got the little gnome, so I think I might be more inclined to do it like that. I love these red balls. They look really good with it. But I do believe I'm going to need to go to Hobby Lobby and get a few more accessories. It's just missing a little something, something. So y'all, thank you for joining me tonight. My Etsy shop, I've listed there. It's Teal Lollipops Wreaths on Etsy. And of course, you are on my Facebook page, so you know that. And my YouTube channel is also Teal Lollipops, so it shouldn't be difficult to remember. So you like the bow on the side? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of pretty there. So gnomes are popular this year. If you're a maker, go out and buy you some gnomes. And some people, I did have one lady say, I'm so sick of gnomes, I can't stand them. I'm afraid they might be here for a couple of years to stay, a couple of years to come. So you guys, if you like this, share it out with all your friends. I would appreciate it. If you want to buy this, of course, it's going to be listed in my Etsy shop. If you think you know somebody who might like to have it, send them to my Etsy shop. I'm hoping to also become a teacher as well. So if you would like more tutorials like this, you guys just follow me on Facebook. Give me a thumbs up. I'll send you an invitation to like my page, and that way you'll get hit the bell up there so you can get some notifications. And I would love to have every one of you come and hang out with me once a week, twice a week, whatever it is. So y'all don't forget, tomorrow, I'll let you know. I'll put a message on Facebook. But I am going to do a challenge for myself to see how many wreaths I can make in a day. And I'm going to batch work them. I asked y'all earlier, and I didn't see the comments, if y'all knew what batch working was. And batch working is where you get all of your supplies together and you make all of the wreath bases in one day. And then the next day you come around and you, well, actually the first day you cut all the ribbon and you cut all the mesh. And if you're doing deco mesh 21 inch, you go ahead and you get that on your frame. And then the next day you come back and you put everything together. And I think my record so far is 7, well, I don't think, I know. I did 7 wreaths in 2 days like that one time. And they're all listed on my Etsy shop. They're beautiful deco mesh wreaths. And my fingers were sore by the end of the 2 days, but it was worth it. I'm trying to get my numbers up in my Etsy shop to get my product up. It's leaving my Etsy shop as fast as I can put it in there, so I don't know. It's a good problem to have, I guess. But anyway, that's a long goodbye. But so you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have a good evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.